Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video and welcome back to my WWE 2K GM mode in All Elite Wrestling. That is right, we are back for another episode and this is episode number 4 of the series and I am very excited about this one. Because believe me when I say the next couple episodes of this series specifically are absolutely monumental. Especially since we are about to head into Double or Nothing in just over a week in terms of like AEW time. And when I say AEW time, I mean in the series wise, we are just over a week away. There are 2 Dynamites left, including this episode and the one next week. And then bam, we are at Double or Nothing. And so of course, naturally when it comes to episode 4 and episode 5, we're going to continue building up that Double or Nothing card and heading in to this first pay-per-view of the series. But without any more further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the current budget and see how many views and likes we got so we can add on more money to the current budget and see who we want to buy in today's episode. And I mean, I know I already said it in a previous episode, but you guys are absolutely insane when it comes to the support for this AEW GM mode series. You were very close to breaking my ratings goals and the like goals once again. And so in a weird kind of way, thank you for not breaking them so I don't have to make more. But at the same time, if you want to go in and break them in this episode and, you know, maybe get 5,000 views or something, I wouldn't complain. But no, all jokes aside, you broke into the 4,000 views threshold, which means you get plus $110,000, and you also broke into the 350 likes threshold, which means there's an extra plus $50,000 onto the current budget after last episode, which the current budget after last episode was $29,000, leaving a whopping new total of $189,000 to spend here today. And so once again, as I mentioned in the last episode, episode 3, where I was talking about the AEW Combine and having to pay the wrestlers to be in my tournament, even though they're free agents, I still feel like I should have to pay them something. Just because, you know, DDJ is a real man of the independent wrestler. He's not going to give you a hot dog and a handshake. He's going to give you $5,000 for your troubles. Yeah, I'm just that kind of general manager. But with that being said, it is much more expensive in this episode because we're going to go ahead and spend $30,000 instead of the $10,000 that we spent last episode on the AEW Combine. And so if you're one of those people that's really good at quick maths, then you will figure out that there are 6 wrestlers competing on this episode of AEW here today in the AEW Combine, which means $5,000 each, and we have to spend $30,000 for the whole bag. Now moving on from the $30,000 that we spend on the AEW Combine participants, we move on to another man who will be officially becoming a part of the AEW roster, heavily requested by you guys after the last episode. Welcome to AEW Dynamite for $10,000, Matt Seidel. In addition to Matt Seidel joining the AEW roster, we are also going to spend $5,000 on Yuka Sakazaki to boost up that women's division a little bit more. Now, for the final 2 people that I'll be signing here today, I really hate to do this to you, but I'm actually not going to tell you who I'm signing for the final 2 people. I'll tell you their prices, but I'm not telling you specifically who they are. And I'm not going to go ahead and make an editing mistake where they're already crossed out on the roster page that I show you. None of that. They're going to be a surprise debut here in AEW Dynamite because I have something planned for both of them, but I can't say anything yet. I hate doing this, I hate dancing around and not telling you about who I'm signing, but for the sake of surprise, I'm not going to tell you who I bought, but I will say one of them cost $15,000 and the other one cost $25,000. And I mean, hey, if any of you go ahead and figure out who I'm buying just based on the prices alone, then you are a true dedicated fan of this AEW GM mode series, and I will be very impressed. Oh, and also, by the way, something that I'm going to be doing a little unprecedented, by the way. We've never done this before in an AEW GM mode intro. And so essentially, as we continue through this GM mode series, there will be more and more mods being made, more and more cores being added to CC that are AEW related. And so naturally when I see these mods and these cores popping up, I'm going to go ahead and add them to the AEW roster or, you know, throw them into the free agent pool, whichever it may be, whichever applies more. And so at least for this episode hits today, we're going to be adding in 3 women's wrestlers in Leva Bates, Bea Priestley, and Thunder Rosa onto the Bible AEW roster. And I know what you're probably thinking, why are you adding Bea Priestley when she is no longer with AEW, and why are you adding Thunder Rosa when she's more NWA? Well, essentially my thinking behind that is that you guys were like, hey, you better do a good job with this women's division. I mean, no pressure on me or anything, Jesus Christ, but a lot of you were like, hey, you better do a better job than AEW did. So okay, fine, I hear you. Message received loud and clear. I'm gonna go ahead and add Leva Bates, Bea Priestley, and Thunder Rosa onto the roster that I can buy here in AEW. They're not gonna be free agents or anything, because of course Leva Bates is still under contract with AEW, but as far as Bea Priestley goes, she was under AEW contract, and she probably still would be if it wasn't for the pandemic. And as well, of course, Thunder Rosa isn't officially under AEW contract, but I mean, she's always crossing over from NWA and having matches on Dynamite, like she's about to face Britt Baker in a couple weeks in real life at a Beach Bash or whatever it's called. And so yeah, I kind of count her as part of the AEW roster, and so we're going to go ahead and add her into the pool of Bible women as well. Now with those 2 mystery wrestlers bought, I'm not going to buy anyone else in this intro. Our remaining budget is $104,000. And yeah, I'm sorry to leave you in a little bit of suspense, but hopefully you like the surprise when it happens. Whenever it happens, it might happen tonight, it might happen next week, it might happen at Double or Nothing, who knows? I guess you'll just have to stay tuned, but without any more further ado, I introduce you to episode number 4 of my AEW Dynamite. well if it isn't Kenny Omega. You've been on a real run lately, haven't you? A little bit of a winning streak? Well, that's somewhat impressive, but how about instead of being second-rate jobbers that don't mean a damn thing in my division, you beat me, huh? Are you forgetting the numerous matches we've had where I've beaten you, Chris? Or did my V-trigger cause a little memory loss? Oh, you've always been real funny, Omega, but you've also been real talented too, and that's why I respect you. But it doesn't change the fact that you're parading around this sham of a winning streak. So you're challenging me, is that right? Yeah, you're damn right I'm challenging you, so what do you say, huh? For old time's sakes, a little throwback to Wrestle Kingdom 12, Alpha versus Omega, one more time. You're the last hurdle I need to jump before I get to the top of the power rankings and get back to being where I want to be. But Jericho, you're not the one to end this winning streak, because just like how I beat you at Wrestle Kingdom to retain my IWGP United States title, I'm gonna do it again tonight. Challenge accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of AEW Dynamite. This is episode 4, and as you saw moments ago, in our main event, it'll now be a Wrestle Kingdom 12 rematch, Alpha versus Omega, Jericho versus Kenny Omega. It is going to be incredible, but right now we're kicking off Dynamite with another tag team qualifier. The winner of this one will go on to Double or Nothing to face the Young Bucks for the vacant World Tag Team Championships. It doesn't get any bigger than this. And by the way, the first appearance in this new era of AEW Dynamite 4, the Jurassic Express Jungle Boy to your left, Luchasaurus to your right, the big man and the little man, certainly capable of going the distance and heading to Double or Nothing to face the team that's watching on right now, the Young Bucks, who already qualified by beating Proud and Powerful a week ago. Yep, you're better than us and you know it. It's that time of the week, folks. Here comes Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And as you can tell by the excitement in my voice, I am just so happy to see him. Yay, here comes this absolute dick. But with that being said, he may be a dick, but he is a talented dick. And that's a weird sentence to say, actually, now that I say it. But this is live TV, gentlemen, so we're not going back. The point is, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, an incredibly talented young superstar, an incredibly talented young wrestler in the professional wrestling world here in AEW. And he has all the potential to become a champion someday. The question is, the first championship that MJF captures here in AEW, will it be the World Tag Team Championships at Double or Nothing? It might just be, but before we even get there, him and Wardlow have got to go ahead and best the Jurassic Express, which is a lot easier said than done. But when you look at these two teams, you look at how they match up. You got MJF and Jungle Boy similar size, and Luchasaurus and Wardlow similar size as well. The two big men going at it, and the two smaller men. It might be an even matchup, but the question is, who can come out on top and head to DON? Here comes the big man, the aforementioned Wardlow. This is war, and for Wardlow, I mean, I speak about how much potential MJF has to become a world champion or a mid-card champion, a tag team champion, whatever champion it will be, but for Wardlow as well, this man straight up has all the makings. Look at the size of him to become a world champion here in AEW. And I mean, hey, if I'm John Moxley, I'm watching my back, because any day now, this guy can get sick and tired of MJF's you-know-what and split up from him and become a great singles competitor and come after a world championship. I can see that in the future for Wardlow. But with that being said, I don't want to get ahead of myself right now for Wardlow. It is about this tag match right here and fighting for those World Tag Team Championships potentially at Double or Nothing against the Young Bucks. Now the referee rings the bell. Here we go, World Championship qualifier, and MJF going for a big knee straight away there. My God, I didn't even finish my sentence. And MJF with a clothesline, taking down Luchasaurus. MJF playing no games in this one. He knows the stakes, but so does Luchasaurus. Now Saurus with the elbow straight to the gut there, and the super kick as well. Oh, what a spinning kick. Luchasaurus as powerful as any being. I mean, I talk about Wardlow going after a World Championship. Imagine if Luchasaurus went after a World Championship. What a Cinderella story that would be for Luchasaurus. He's been on this planet 65 million years, but he has never been world champion. But right now it's about becoming the world champions of the tag team division, and now MJF suplex there, nicely done. And now he tags in the big man Wardlow, who by comparison to Luchasaurus may seem a little smaller, but don't get it twisted, Wardlow is huge as well, and he's going to use this advantage here with the knee. And now look at this, Wardlow just wrenching down Luchasaurus. Aubrey Edwards asking Lucha if he wants to tap out here. Is he going to tap? Is this going to be it already? That brutal submission hold is wrenching it down, but Luchasaurus gets out of it. And now Luchasaurus here, wait a second, he slams him down with the back suplex. It's simple, but it is damn effective in the professional wrestling ring. Now, oh, what a headbutt that was by Luchasaurus, my god, taking down Wardlow. Look at the size of these two men, two behemoths here in AEW in the men's division. And now Wardlow just tossing him like he's a cruiserweight, and Wardlow's saying, as far as those tag titles go, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, you can cruise away. And now this tag team maneuver by MJF and Wardlow in the back body drop. And look at this, MJF gloating and he doesn't see the tag to Jungle Boy. Now here comes Jungle Boy taking down MJF with a clothesline and another, and Jungle Boy is building momentum. Wait a second, counter by MJF, no counter. He was gloating, but he manages to turn the offense around, and now MJF, no, a counter there by Jungle Boy, and now Jungle Boy is spinning heel kick, it doesn't connect. What a sequence this is from MJF and Jungle Boy, and he catches him with the enziguri. Jungle Boy Jack Perry, as impressive as always. Of course, son to the late great Luke Perry. He's looking to live up to his father's standards here in the professional wrestling industry, and now MJF slamming him down. If MJF continues that kind of offense, it's not gonna happen. Now Jungle Boy here, wait a second, counter by MJF though, and he's going for a suplex here. No, counter by Jungle Boy, neck breaker, and not allowing MJF to get the tag into Wardlow there, even though he was thinking about it. I think he was about to go for it, but unfortunately to no avail. And now Jungle Boy with that kick, going for a German suplex there, I think, but MJF with a counter again. These two men very evenly matched thus far, and now going after the knees there, focusing on the knees of Jungle Boy, making sure that he cannot go for that high risk, high reward offense that we've seen Jungle Boy go for in the past. The flight of Jack Perry and the strike, and now it's just becoming methodical for Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He is working down on every single exposed body part of Jungle Boy, but he dodges out of the way again, using that agility to his advantage, and no, flapjack. MJF has been impressive, but now Jungle Boy with that counter, and now here comes Luchasaurus, tagged in once again, and this is not where MJF wants to be. Here we go, there it is, nice hip toss, and the kick as well to finish things off. And look at this, Luchasaurus is feeling it, the dinosaur is feeling it here on Dynamite, and here we go, no counter by MJF, back suplex. Oh, but wait a second, here comes Luchasaurus again, going for it again, and now, wait a second, no counter, and there's the enziguri. Now MJF again, working down on the exposed body parts of Luchasaurus, and always finding time to gloat. That's Maxwell Jacob Friedman in a nutshell. He says he's better than you and he knows it, but Luchasaurus is here to prove that as a damn lie. And now wait a second, Luchasaurus has him exactly where he wants him, and look at him just stamping the hell out of him. Imagine a dinosaur stamping you in the head, stamping you in the chest, and now here comes Jungle Boy, the smaller man, but it is damn effective for these boots, and this is brilliant tag team offense here from Jurassic Express, just stomping the life out of MJF. My god, oh my god, no, they can't be going for it again. And now here comes Jack Perry, Jungle Boy flying in with a drop kick to MJF. I think if you're MJF right now, you need to get the tag to Wardlow. Wait a second though, MJF with a super kick. He says he's better than you and he knows it, and he's out here to prove that he is just that he is the best ever, as he likes to put it. And now neck breaker, or I shouldn't really say the best ever, that's more of Sammy Guevara's thing, but you know that MJF really does think that he is better than everyone. That's kind of his thing. And now Jungle Boy go for that super kick, a counter though by MJF, gets out of dodge, and now Jungle Boy spinning him around, slamming him over. And now what the hell is Jungle Boy Jack Perry thinking? Wait a second, he's got the beginning of a Moodle lock locked on, and he gets it. The Moodle lock is locked in on MJF. He has it locked in tight. Is MJF about to tap out here on Dynamite? Are we about to see it? Jurassic Express heading to Double or Nothing. No, MJF disconnecting the arms. He didn't allow it to get locked in for too much, minimizing the impact that it could do, and taking him down with a clothesline straight out of hell. Wait a second though, counter by Jungle Boy now, and now getting the tag into Luchasaurus, and here we go. Oh my goodness me, what are we about to see? Wait a second, MJF is not where he wants to be. Power slam by Jungle Boy, and the flying headbutt from the dinosaur. And now Luchasaurus sending Wardlow to the outside of the ring. And now Luchasaurus into the cover here on MJF. The ref counts the pin, and Jurassic Express are heading to Double or Nothing. What an incredible match. There was a swanton bomb there from MJF. We thought that was it, but this stop was really proven to be the turning of the tide in this one. Look at this beautiful tag team work from the Jurassic Express, the drop kick, and in the end, Jurassic Express get the job done to open up Dynamite here. What a man. Take nothing away from MJF and Wardlow, but that is nothing but an upset win right there. And Jurassic Express now are one win away from realizing their dreams as AEW World Tag Team Champions. Congratulations. ladies and gentlemen, moving on from that tag team qualifier, it is time for a debut segment here on AEW Dynamite, The Waiting Room with Britt Baker, DMD. And this is certainly going to be interesting, and I hate to say interesting twice, but it really has been an interesting couple of weeks for Britt Baker ever since she arrived in this new era of Dynamite. She now will fight in a triple threat match with Riho and Hikaru Shida for the AEW Women's Championship at Double or Nothing. We know that to be a fact, but then she did go ahead and lose to Riho on that same night where that match was made. So for Britt Baker, she's looking to build momentum and get back to where she truly thinks she is, being the best in the women's division. Although I'll say this, if she does win at Double or Nothing, there you go, you've done it. You are the best in the women's division because you are the champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my very own show here on AEW Dynamite entitled The Waiting Room. Yes, of course, boo me before I have even said anything. Very cute, but remember there is a reason why I'm in this ring and you morons are paying to see me. Because believe me, I know you are paying to see me, and who wouldn't? I'm the best women's wrestler in the world today, and obviously the best in AEW. But with that being said, for as much as I know you people would love it all to be about Britt Baker tonight, I did promise a guest on this debut edition of The Waiting Room, and I mean, hey, Britt Baker, if she is anything, she is the best, the greatest, the dentist, the future women's champion, but most importantly, she is for the people. And so since she was so heavily requested and I myself have many burning questions to ask her about recent events, I present to you my first guest, Riho. Oh, and here we go, here comes the debut guest on the debut edition of The Waiting Room with Britt Baker, Riho. Thank you for having me, Britt. Okay, this isn't how we're gonna start this, Riho. I am sick and tired of this nice act you have going on, so just drop it. No, hear me out, because you parade around with this cute little girl persona, but I want to know the real Riho. Who are you actually? What do you mean this is the real me? Alright, so we're clearly not getting anywhere. Maybe there's a language barrier or something, so let me say this as clear as possible. Nobody around here likes you. See, you may have fooled the AEW fans into liking this character of yours, but the rest of us in the women's locker room think you're a complete joke and an embarrassment to what we're trying to do here. And I'm not trying to sound like a dick. If anything, these people will boo me, but I'm just trying to help you out. Woman to woman, friend to friend. Okay, we are most definitely not friends, that's for sure. Fine, whatever, but the thing is, Riho, even though I think you're an overrated joke of a wrestler, it doesn't have to be like this forever. You can still be saved. I can save you if you just accept to live under me, learning all that I can offer in my infinite wisdom. You could be women's champion like I will be after Double or Nothing. I'm sorry, Britt, but I literally can't think of anything I'd rather do less. I mean, English may not be my first language, but I am learning and I am trying to become one of the very best each and every day. And if you think some bully is going to keep me down, then you're wrong. So I'm going to have to say no to your offer, but as an appreciation for allowing me to be on your show, I did get you a gift. What the hell does Riho when she means gift? Oh my goodness me! A kick, that's a gift and a half for Britt Baker. Take it down. The #1 contender, or one of the #1 contenders. Now Riho going to town on Britt Baker after all the disrespect she just showed her. There's a slap. You can't blame Riho for this. Just a complete mockery of everything that Riho stands for. That's the only reason Britt Baker had her on the waiting room right there, was to mock Riho. Just putting it plainly. And you've really got to ask Britt Baker this question: is this a cute and nice persona? Now, are you feeling the impact of this cute and nice persona? Britt Baker saying that you're too cute, you're too nice. Who is the real Riho? I think we're getting a taste of it right now. This has been the most ruthless I've ever seen Riho in a career, the pump handle. And Riho now standing tall over Britt Baker, DMD, on the debut edition of the waiting room. But the question is, will this be the scene in just over a week at Double or Nothing? Are we looking at the next AEW Women's Champion? But you gotta remember, Hikaru Shida is also added into this equation as well. And I'm sure somewhere the champion is enjoying this, seeing her two challengers fighting amongst one another. But between the field of that triple threat match, whoever leaves Double or Nothing as the Women's Champion, you know they will have damn well earned it with the talent in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just moments away from another round of 16 matchup in the AEW Combine, where the masterpiece Chris Masters will take on my guest at this this time, Zack Sabre Jr. How's it going, Renee? It's going great. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you in action here in AEW, but what would it mean for you to go the distance and win a tournament like this? Oh, it would mean the world. You know, for years, many people have asked why someone like ZSJ hasn't made his way to a major promotion, and for years, I was pretty content with traveling the independents, wrestling in Germany, the UK, and Japan, becoming one of the very best, but it hit me that it was time for not only the fans of those promotions to know who I am, but now the entire world, and the damn fact that Zack Sabre Jr. is the best technical wrestler on the planet. And now here we go, it's time for more round of 16 AEW Combine action. Zack Sabre Jr. taking on the masterpiece, Chris Masters. And if you're not familiar with Zack Sabre Jr., where the hell have you been? This man is a technical genius, a technical wizard, and one of the very best technical wrestlers in the world today. But right now, in AEW, in this Combine tournament, he is looking to become not one of the very best, but the best. And I mean, for a guy like Zack Sabre Jr., as he mentioned in the interview with Renee Paquette moments ago, he's a guy who people have always imagined that would eventually make his way to a major promotion, you know, not competing for one-off appearances here in New Japan or in the UK, completely signing with a company like AEW, and it never really materialized. But this could be the tournament where Zack Sabre Jr. goes all the way and finally competes for a world championship or something bigger here in AEW and finally does the damn thing. But you want to speak about a guy, by the way, who people thought would become a world champion someday. Look no further than Chris Masters, a guy who has had quite the resume across his wrestling career but has never become world champion. Could AEW be the place where he goes all the way, he goes the distance in this Combine and becomes the AEW world champion by the end of his career? I'm getting extremely ahead of myself, but it's just fun to think about where these men could go. I mean, right now, we're in the round of 16, but you go ahead, you win one match, you're in the quarterfinals, you win another, you're in the semis, you win another, you're in the finals, and then bam, you're in AEW when you win the finals, you got the contract, and now you are here in the big leagues, in the major promotion, as many people wanted Zack Sabre Jr. to make his way to. So this really could be a career-changing tournament for either of these men. But now Zack Sabre Jr. gearing up, and so is Chris Masters. Chris Masters certainly has the size advantage, but now Aubrey Edwards rings the bell, and here we go. Jr. against Masters. And Zack Sabre Jr. wasting no time, look at this, just wrestling down and weakening down the forearms on the ropes. He will use every single bit of that ring to his advantage. But Chris Masters in his own right is going to use his strength to his advantage, and now he's, oh wait a second, no, Zack Sabre Jr. gets out of that one, and now ZSJ going for a German suplex, but you can't hit it on the big man, and the chop right there, and now the Irish win. And I mean, in a previous lifetime, Chris Masters, well, wait a second, look at the speed and agility, the Hurricane Rana by ZSJ, but you look at the size of Chris Masters, this guy is almost bigger than he was in the prime of his wrestling career, my god. CM right now looking to make a run in this tournament and get an AEW contract and perhaps have one final swan song in the professional wrestling world, but not if Zack Sabre Jr. has anything to do about it. But wait a second, a big knee there by Chris Masters, and the clothesline taking him down, and now wait a second, counter there by Chris Masters, and now Masters, wait a second, counter by Zack Sabre Jr. though, he goes for the kick to the gut. Oh my god, look at the strength of Chris Masters, just absolutely putting him down there with that shoulder block. And this is certainly going to be an interesting one. Wait a second, look at how easily he lifts him up, but Zack Sabre Jr. using his speed to his advantage, and now look at him taking him down. This is classic ZSJ right here, working down on every limb. That was close right there. Did you see though the ease of which Chris Masters lifted up Zack Sabre Jr. for that power bomb, and the drop toe hold there by Zack Sabre Jr. though? If Sabre Jr. wants to, oh my god, there's a DDT. If Sabre Jr. wants to advance into the quarterfinals, he's gonna have to use his speed and his size in an almost David versus Goliath type match right here to beat Chris Masters, to beat the masterpiece. Oh my god. And now look at the size of that man right there, wrenching him down with the accordion rack, or the camel clutch, excuse me, but he doesn't quite connect for Zack Sabre Jr. and he gets out of it and delivers a drop kick as well. And now Zack Sabre Jr. with the crucifix there to Chris Masters, and Jr. is building momentum here with those stomps, but now, oh man, Masters rolling out of the ring, but Zack Sabre Jr. doesn't give a damn. He's building momentum, and for a guy like Zack Sabre Jr., he is still reasonably young in the wrestling world, but he has so much knowledge to pass down to the next generation, and so no matter what, he is going to do wonders. Even if he doesn't win this tournament, he is going to have a hell of a wrestling career ahead. But with that being said, Chris Masters now slamming him down. If Chris Masters continues the way he is, there isn't going to be a future for Zack Sabre Jr. If this continues, there's the spine buster. And now what the hell are we about to see here? Oh my goodness me, look at this submission hold. It's normally Zack Sabre Jr. with the unique submissions, and now, oh, he managed to get his long foot, his long leg onto the top top rope right there, breaking up that unique maneuver by Masters. You're gonna have to do more than that, Chris Masters. I mean, we're gonna see the return of the Master Lock in this matchup, because we've seen the damage that has done in the past in the wrestling world. And now look at this, Chris Masters is gearing up for something right here. Hang on a second, Zach, don't turn around, you're not gonna like the view. The Master Lock is locked in, but wait a second, counter by ZSJ. He gets out of that one straight away and now slamming him down with a Michinoku driver. Picture perfect Michinoku driver to all the muscle mass that is Chris Masters. And now look at this, Sabre Jr. locking in a signature from his bag, the Fujiwara armbar, and Chris Masters, he taps. It is over, it is all over. Zack Sabre Jr. advances in the Combine. What a match that was between Chris Masters and Zack Sabre Jr., but in the end, the counter to the Master Lock, and Sabre Jr. taking advantage with that picture perfect Michinoku driver, working down Chris Masters, and in the end, he taps to the Fujiwara armbar. And that's just one of many submission holds in the bag of Zack Sabre Jr., and I'm sure as the tournament continues, we will see very more. Congratulations to ZSJ, he makes his way to the quarterfinals of this Combine. And now with that being said, here are the updated AEW Combine brackets. Of course, Tessa Blanchard advancing a week ago by beating Matt Cardona. She is now in the quarterfinals. Victoria, who defeated Pagano on AEW Dark, she is now going to be taking on Tessa Blanchard. What a match that's going to be in the quarterfinals. But if you redirect your attention to the lower left-hand side of the screen, you can see Alex Shelley and EC3 went at it on AEW Dark, and EC3 coming out on top in that one. And of course, moments ago, ZSJ, Zack Sabre Jr. beating Chris Masters, and now in the quarterfinals, it will be ZSJ against EC3. But speaking of Victoria and Ethan Carter III, I'd be a bad general manager if I didn't go ahead and show you the highlights from AEW Dark of that matchup. So let's take a look at those real quick, right here, right now. And here comes Victoria for the AEW Combine, the first ever AEW Combine match here on AEW Dark. And what a match this is going to be, Victoria against Pagano. And for Victoria, it has already been a storybook career for her. She has done it all, she has won it all, but now in a match against Pagano here on AEW Dark, the first Combine match on AEW Dark, can she have one final swan song, as we may see from a guy like Chris Masters, who is also in this tournament? He'll be taking on Zack Sabre Jr. tomorrow night on Dynamite. But for Victoria, these legends over the wrestling industry wanted to have one final swan song. Can this be the tournament for Victoria to do so? But her opponent here tonight, that man right there, the crazy clown Pagano. Oh my goodness me, and now Pagano, the crazed clown, is lining up Victoria for his finishing move. He's about to put her away here. No, wait a second, counted by Victoria, Impaler DDT. And now Victoria here, wait a second, he's got him up for the gory bomb. And Victoria now into the cover, referee counts it, and Victoria advances into the next round of the AEW Combine. Could there be still one final run left in the legendary career of Victoria? Well, they call him the top 1% for a reason. It's because he's the top 1% physique, he's the top 1% wrestler, he's the top 1% charisma. He is Ethan Carter III. And here in the main event of AEW Dark, a man in EC3 who has all the tools to go the distance in this tournament and have a very successful AEW career, and perhaps even become AEW World Champion someday. He's been a World Champion before, but can he replicate that kind of success here in All Elite Wrestling? And now here comes his opponent here in AEW Dark, a man who has also been champion everywhere he has been. One half of the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley. Oh, hang on a second. Once again in this matchup here on Dark, Alex Shelley looking to go airborne with the moonsault. No! He tries to go for the moonsault, high risk and no high reward, and now EC3 looking to take advantage after the double knees to the gut, and there's a knee of his own, and now he's picking up Alex Shelley here for the TKO. He refers to that combination of moves as the top 1%, just like he is himself. EC3 advances into the quarterfinals. Could this be a sign of a career resurgence for Ethan Carter? Swiftly moving on, congratulations to Victoria and EC3 taking on their respective opponents in the quarterfinals, and more round of 16 matches will take place in the coming weeks. But now, an announcement for next week on Dynamite. Brandy Rose in her first bit of action in this new era of AEW against Yuka Sakazaki, where she has told me that she promises a surprise that will be the end of the world as you know it. It'll be interesting to see what Brandy is referring to in that match next week. And finally, one more announcement here. I'm sorry, I'll let you watch the main event in a moment between Alpha and Omega, but next week on Dynamite, we'll have a contract signing between Jurassic Express and the Young Bucks for their match at Double or Nothing for those vacant World Tag Team Championships here in AEW. And now here we go, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event here on AEW Dynamite. We're running it back to Wrestle Kingdom 12, Alpha versus Omega. And the stakes are incredibly high for Kenny Omega heading into this one, since his winning streak is on the line. Ever since he lost to Jon Moxley in the first episode of AEW Dynamite of this new era, he has not lost since then, and it has been an impressive winning streak. But for Chris Jericho, he says, simply put, it is a sham. Complete sham of a winning streak where Kenny Omega, according to Jericho, has only been beating second-rate jobbers. So earlier tonight, Jericho said, why don't you beat me, and prove that winning streak to be legit? And I mean, hey, I don't want to repeat what Kenny Omega said, but essentially, he's already beaten Jericho before back in Japan for the IWGP United States Championship when it was on the line. So if Omega can get it done again tonight, then Chris Jericho has nothing else he can say, really. Although I'm sure he will find something to say, because that's Chris Jericho in a nutshell. He never keeps his mouth shut, and of course, here comes Y2J, the Painmaker, flanked by the Inner Circle. Sammy Guevara and Proud and Powerful flanking the Painmaker Chris Jericho to the ring for this main event match here in Chris Jericho's first appearance on this new era of AEW Dynamite. And you notice an interesting absence of Jake Hager right now. Who knows where the hell the big man is, but I'm sure whenever Jericho or the Inner Circle need him, he will arrive and cause havoc as only he can. Can't help but sing along to the anthem of Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle. But right now, Kenny Omega's geared up. He's focused on Chris Jericho, and Jericho is focused on Omega. All being was rings the bell, and here we go. And now wait a second, they're countered by Kenny Omega, managing to float over Chris Jericho, and the back rake there. This is going to be an absolute classic, and now look at this, going after those knees of Chris Jericho. A little Wrestle Kingdom 12 rematch here in the main event of AEW Dynamite, but of course, Kenny Omega came out on top last time, and there's a super kick right there. He is well on his way to coming out on top again if this continues. But Chris Jericho, of course, looking to end the winning streak and reverse the result. There's a backbreaker. Looking to reverse the result of Wrestle Kingdom 12 here on AEW Dynamite. And of course, for Kenny Omega, he's got to really have a third eye right now and keep an eye on the Inner Circle. Going for the enziguri there is Chris Jericho. Snap suplex by Kenny Omega. Snap German. And so far, Kenny Omega has been impressive in the early going against Chris Jericho. Perhaps the winning streak wasn't such a sham after all. Omega making a run for Jericho, and there's the knee in the corner. It's not quite the V-trigger, but according to Kenny Omega, those V-triggers to Chris Jericho must have caused some memory loss, because Chris Jericho was chatting a load of nonsense in the backstage area. And what the hell is that? Is that a steel chair put in the ring by Sammy Guevara right there? The Inner Circle already sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. But of course, if Chris Jericho does use that steel chair, there's a suplex by the Painmaker, the former Le Champion, and now into the cover, but Kenny Omega kicks out. If he does use that steel chair and Ref Aubrey sees him, then Omega's win streak is going to go to what, 3-0 now? So there's really no point in that steel chair being here, but I guess I can see Sammy Guevara's point and why he's using it as a somewhat distraction, as a message to Kenny. But now moving out of the way, that big boot there by Chris Jericho. Wait a second, look at this now. Speaking of the devil, Chris Jericho has that steel chair. Oh, he caught him flush with the V-trigger though. Never mind. Sammy Guevara and the Inner Circle trying to distract Ref Aubrey with that turnbuckle, but Kenny Omega had it scouted and he was going to use that steel chair, got caught with a V-trigger instead. But Chris Jericho back up to his feet now, and he was going for a lion tamer. They're going for that Walls of Jericho submission, and now Kenny Omega power bomb there to Chris Jericho, and Ref Aubrey gets rid of the steel chair, and the momentum is well and truly in the corner of Kenny Omega now, and now running into the corner, but no, the Best Bout Machine does not connect there. Wait a second, oh, what a slugging strike right there. It's becoming a slug-out brawl between these two gentlemen, and now Chris Jericho, wait a second, what's he going for there? Kenny Omega had it scouted, and now the close line, and now Kenny Omega's going up to the skies here. Alpha is down, and Omega is looking to fly high, moonsault, and now into the cover here on Chris Jericho. This is about to be it. Does the win streak continue? No, you're gonna have to do more than that to defeat a legend like Chris Jericho. Although Omega definitely knows what it takes to defeat a guy like Chris Jericho at this point in his career. But wait a second, what is Jericho thinking right here? Wait a second, hang on a minute, DDT off the apron, spiking Omega. And now Chris Jericho, oh wait a second, he went for, oh no, it was a Walls of Jericho counter, V-trigger counter. These two men's signature moves have been countered by one another, and it's been back and forth. Look at this once again, just oh my goodness me, how many counters in this matchup. These two men know each other tremendously well, both from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, both grew up in the same area, know each other tremendously well in that professional wrestling ring. And now Kenny Omega, wait a second here, oh my god, snap German suplex, caught him again, and for goodness sake, what is this from Sammy Guevara, the distraction? And now Chris Jericho here, the back the back breaker, excuse me, not the back suplex, the back breaker. That distraction, that damn distraction from the Inner Circle is distracting me now as much as it's distracting Kenny Omega. But whatever the maneuver is called, it worked, and now a lion salt, and now Jericho off that lion salt into the cover here. It's about to be it. No, no, a kick out by Omega. And Jericho may be on his way to defeating Kenny Omega and ending the winning streak just like he said he was going to do. And now here we go. Oh, he went for the code breaker right there, and he avoids the knee of Kenny Omega to the back, and these two men going back and forth here, rolls him through, and now Omega lifting up Jericho in that electric chair position, German suplex. Kenny Omega is rolling right now. He is feeling it. He says to Jericho, good night, goodbye, bang. And now lifting Chris Jericho for that one-winged angel, but Chris Jericho with the counter, the hit straight to the skull. And now Kenny, oh wait, a code breaker by Chris Jericho. The winning streak is done. The counter to the one-winged angel, and Jericho now with the code breaker connecting flush. Aubrey Edwards into the count. This is about to be it. No, a kick out at 2.5. What an unbelievable match this has been between Alpha and Omega in the main event of Dynamite, slamming down Omega again. Now Chris Jericho, here he comes here, bouncing off the ropes. It's his signature. Jericho right here, building momentum on Kenny, but Kenny with a counter throws him over the top rope, but you better turn around. You're not gonna like the view. Chris Jericho looking to go airborne here. Here we go. Axan, oh, what a counter by Omega. A counter hit straight to the gut by Kenny Omega, and Chris Jericho is not where he wants to be. One-winged angel. A one-winged angel to Chris Jericho, and Kenny Omega continues to win here on AEW Dynamite. What an incredible rematch that is. Alpha versus Omega 2.0 here in AEW, the Wrestle Kingdom 12 rematch, but in the end, Omega gets the job done again against Chris Jericho. Incredible. And with that win, the winning streak is now 3-0, and he is now at the top of the power rankings. Oh my goodness me, and look who it is. It's Moxley raining down strikes on Kenny Omega. Oh my god, it's Jon Moxley. The AEW World Champion is here. And now Moxley, wait a second, he's got him hooked here for the paradigm shift. Fine, I see you on this winning streak, and I took care of MJF a week ago, so you're now the top of this division, and I'm not waiting to be attacked or some crap. I've been watching you, Omega. I've been paying real close attention, and clearly you're becoming obsessed with the idea of beating me. So you want a rematch for this title? You got it at Double or Nothing.